Welcome back, lords and ladies, to the hardcore world, where today we are going to be actually starting work on the inside of the kingdom. It's been a long time coming, and I never thought I'd actually get to it, but I want to explain to you kind of my process of what I'm planning on doing today. So what I want to do is I want to get this entryway right here set up and completely finished, because right here it's a little bit barren. There's just really flat level right here. So what I was thinking is we raise the ground right here by like 5 or 6 blocks, have a pathway that goes all the way along the wall, and then it starts elevating by some stairs, and it'll be level with the ground that we raise here. It's a little bit hard to imagine and explain in person, but once we finally get that built up, I think it'll be pretty nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on raising this ground here, building our pathways and the stairs up to a slightly different level area of the kingdom, and I will cut back whenever that is done. Now, you can kind of see exactly what I mean here. As soon as we walk through the gate, you can see how the walls are raised, and it provides kind of like this natural, natural wall, more or less. And you got the pathways leading up to the stairs, and it's slightly elevated by give or take 3-4 blocks. And up top here, we can have all our houses, shops, and stuff like that. And you have the shop, the other path going up to the right over there, and the center path. So you have 3 different ways to go up as soon as you walk in through the gate, which I think is pretty cool. And then today, for our plans, a bit of explanation of what I think we're going to do with the areas is over here on the right, I think we're going to have most of our manufacturing buildings, warehouses, storage, just main production buildings. Here in the center, we're going to have our town square. So town square is going to consist of a little circular pathway with a bunch of little pop-up shops around it. And then over here on the left is going to be our main housing district, which will kind of split off all the way over there. So most of this area will be houses, and it'll slightly loop around behind the actual shopping district. But what we're going to start on today is the actual layouts of the houses, and we're probably going to get a couple of them built up. Don't want to make any promises on how many we're going to get built up, but our hopes is to get them built up and decorated. Now, obviously, this wall is a kind of like a first pass. Obviously, I'm going to come in and add some decoration, different coloring of blocks, blend it into the ground a bit, but I have an infestation in my walls, I've noticed. But in order for us to actually get to work on this, I'm going to have to take from some of our resources here. But I'm going to do this in the form of a time-lapse, so let's get to it. So I managed to build up 3 different houses. Still not sure about this one, and the time-lapse broke. The replay mod has a small chance to corrupt files whenever you record for a certain length of time. And I think I reached a long enough length of time building these houses that it corrupted. I might have been because I was alt-tabbing out of the game to view my pictures of the houses that I was making. But either way, I sadly don't have the replay file, which is why there was no time-lapse. But nonetheless, I wanted to show you kind of the design and the thought process behind some of these houses. Now, these 2 right here are your just regular Tudor-style houses, regular medieval houses. Now, there's no interior or anything like that, no crazy decorating, but I really like the way these came out. Still not entirely sold on the roof. It's just there. There's not a lot of detail on it. It's too wooden, if that makes sense to me. It needs to break it up a little bit more with the rest of the house, maybe add some leaves or something on it, not quite sure. This house, I wanted to do a diagonal design without actually planning it. I had no prior build for it, so not entirely sure how I feel about this one. It looks very out of place, and it looks like it's got way more stone than the rest of the houses. So y'all have to let me know what you think about that one, see if I should keep it or redo it. But this one right here, I actually think this is my favorite design out of all of them. Now, a few of these houses do touch the walls, and I had to do some weird roof things to make them look better, but you're not going to be going and looking at the sides of the walls to see which ones are touching. So nonetheless, this house right here has to be my favorite because of the L-shaped design. And the windows fit perfectly to the different trimming along the edges. There's a bat somewhere. It's got to be in this house, but I really like the way these came out. And we still have a crap ton area in the kingdom left to build. And we do have to add another gate over there. Another gate over there that leads to the farms, and then that one will lead to something, probably a pier. No, wrong. That one will lead to the farms. That one will lead to the pier, even though there's a windmill there. But yeah, only 3 houses for now, because this took a lot of resources, and I'm going to leave it off at 3 houses while I get some other designs ready, plan out it in my other building world, but for now, we're going to move on to other things. Well, first I have to see what these houses look like with shaders on. Okay, so yeah, clearly these don't look too bad. I don't know why, but shaders just make Minecraft look a lot better, but it turns my room into a heater, to just a very hot place. So I've been playing with them off for now, but this looks absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. I like the way that looks. Magnificent compared to that. Shaders just makes it look so much better. All right, now on to other things. I do want to say, no matter what houses or buildings I build from this point on, nothing beats the houses that I've built here in the Snow Village. Absolutely nothing will beat these. They're log cabin style. They look so good. The snow on the roof. I planned these out so well, and I think they turned out really great. But it was informed to me, sadly, that the last episode, the Ward armor trim isn't the rarest one in the game. So thank you to those who made me look slightly stupid. I really do appreciate it. My face was fully in my palm whenever I read that comment, or the multiple comments. So we're definitely going to have to go out at another date and reclaim my rarest armor trim title. And we have a lot left to loot in that ancient city, so I definitely think we can actually go back and probably claim it there if we're lucky. But yeah, I was informed that I was slightly stupid in thinking that the armor trim was the rarest one. Now, on the topic of the kingdom, since this is going to be our main project for a while, I wanted to ask y'all a few questions and insights on what y'all think I should do with different stuff in the kingdom, starting with these little towers. Now, should I make it with the braziers on top with the flames, or should I try to add like not a crossbow, but a ballista or a catapult? See how well I can fit those on there, because I think that'd be kind of cool. Not that we're really defending from anything here, because this entire area is a little bit weird in terms of placements. But I think it'd be kind of cool, or that, or have like every other one has a brazier on it. And then the next thing is, what should I do over here? Should I turn this into a little pier area, or should I like get rid of most of this water, replace it with dirt, and then turn it into farmlands? Because I could turn the majority into this. Like if I just cut it off here, turn most of this into farmland, I could do that. I would just leave the water underneath and replace the top layer. And then I can turn this into the pier, but the problem is I need a way to get rid of the ice without it coming back. And my first go-to was string, but I don't think that'll work. And I can't think of a lot of other options. I don't know how to get rid of the ice and not let it come back. Yeah, most of the land out here looks very barren. There's not a lot of details. Like we could turn this entire area out here into farmland and stuff like that. Have different houses there for the peasants. I say peasants, but you know, the farm workers and everything, what are considered lower class back then. And then another question is, as we go further back into the kingdom, like up here, because we still got to do an entire another level of the kingdom. Like these walls are going to continue up here, wrap around this side of the mountain, and then we're going to have the keep up here. But should I continue to do just wooden roofs, or should I use different colored roofs that mark the different like high classes of the city? So like, for example, lower class would be wood, and now obviously these are some pretty darn fancy lower class houses, but for the kingdom itself, like Gavinor, which in lore is the kingdom of all kingdoms, like it is the heart of the empire kind of thing. So for the kingdom to have poor homeless people in it is kind of unseen. So this would be considered your lower class, which means I really got to go out of my way to make some higher class houses. So they're probably made out of like marble, calcite, and stuff like that. But food for thought. I want your ideas on this because this series has been going on for a while, and I kind of want to kick off the kingdom. With that said, though, I am in a bit of a rush to get this one out, considering our schedule that I posted in the community post. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. I am sorry for the time-lapse breaking. I have no control over that. I will try to look into it, see if I got a bad version or something. I do need to update the mods, but nonetheless, I hope you'll have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Take care.